Welcome back to episode 2 of Monster Hunter World, people.
Hello.
Alright, we're going to begin this now.
Okay.
Okay. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just saw that guy's face, and I'm like, yeah, this is the guy who's seen too much shit.
Yep. You gonna keep going, or...?
Oh no, that will my voice up, so let's just keep going in a normal voice.
So yeah, I assume that you're going to be trying to read too while we're talking to in these subtitles, but...
mainly because, you know, apparently there is a story here of some kind.
Oh yeah. Well, there is a story. Monster Hunter has never been known for its deep story and character development. It's been about the gameplay.
Mm-hmm. And
each story is the same way. There's an issue going around in a town, in like a village, or a land, or a group of, or a series of cities, and it's all because of one giant monster, basically. And normally it ends up being an elder dragon, like our molten asshole friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's basically the story we got here. But it's refreshing to see it on a console with this level of detail and graphics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm okay with sort of a simplistic story. That kind of helps us follow along, too.
Yeah, and if anything, games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and, you know, kind of hit games like that have shown that you can have amazing... Whoa.
Yeah. We just went right through her.
That little whoa. Bit of an oversight there, but we're moving on. That you can have really almost obscure storylines and lore that is told almost completely through third parties, not even, you know, our character or secondary characters, but like through items and books and things like that.
Absolutely.
And still be an incredible hit as long as the gameplay is engaging, which that's what they thrive on. Like, you know, the only way I know about the story of Dark Souls is from watching Game Theory.
Yep.
Where they did a theory on Dark Souls.
One of my old friends, Seth, well, he's not old, shoot, we just haven't talked in a while, but he loves Dark Souls, he loves Bloodborne, he loves the lore, and I remember him showing me some very interesting videos that a lot of YouTubers have, you know, the community has devoted their time for, and even like a really cool animation. It was a little comedic, but it was lighthearted, but it had the serious lore and tone of Dark Souls, which I thought was really cool.
Alistair!
Hey, there he is. It's like, someone better give me food or I slit their throats.
It's like, hey, you're not dead!
Oh, you know, he wanted to rub his head in some boobs.
He's like, hello, you. I'm not going to murder you now.
If you had been 5 seconds more late, I would have killed you.
It's like, hello, my pretty.
So we've been reunited with Alistair, and now we get to pretty much see our ragtag group, who are pretty much going to be helping us out in town.
What the hell is he got on his back? Is that a sword?
Oh, yeah, he has a great sword.
No, not him, Alistair.
Oh, yeah, that's his weapon. It's a sword, yeah.
It looks like either a very, like, short, stout sword in a red sheath or a club.
Nope, not a club.
In the shape of an acorn.
It's an acorn sword. The legendary acorn sword passed down from generations to generations.
Whoa, tall cat.
Yep, he's probably my favorite character in this entire group. You'll see why pretty soon.
Wait, does he have a scar over it? That's how you know he's seen some shit.
Can you tell what he is in the group?
I'm going to bet either historian or battle master.
You are wrong on both. He is the chef.
That is the chef.
Yes.
Oh, of course. The bandana was the dead giveaway.
So we kind of skipped a little bit over this, but apparently this unexplored territory, the New World, every decade or so, elder dragons migrate to this area.
Oh.
And the reasons are unknown. So we're trying to we're going to be exploring this unknown territory and hopefully find out.
You fools.
Yep.
Is it not painfully obvious?
How is it not painfully obvious?
Matthew.
Yes.
I want you to think about something. I want you to think about nature as a whole, alright?
Oh, they're gonna...
About to say, what drives creatures to go to completely distant lands, miles away from them, every so often?
That went right over my head. Who's gonna be taking that molten dick, then?
Hey, you said that they were different kinds of dragons, so... I'm just saying, different strokes for different folks, if you know what I mean.
Oh, goodness.
About to say, someone's saying, here, let me show you my great sword, and he goes, haha, check this out.
Bam!
It's like, hey, this thing don't just erupt lava.
Hey. Now I'm sorry.
About to say, it's been 10 years, honey pie. I make this journey every 10 years. Guess why?
I've been saving myself for every 10 years.
I got one girl on this island. I see her once every 10 years. You tell me what we're doing while I'm here.
Oh, God.
About to say, come on, guys. You really haven't figured out why they migrate here every 10 years?
If that's the reason, I'm going to laugh so hard. Well, I'll tell you some funny stories pretty soon. There are some interesting lore about this that some of my friends have told me as to why monsters are doing certain things. So, right now, we get to grab our weapons. So, they give us tutorials. I've already went through it. Don't worry about it. They give us one of each weapon in the game to start out with.
Oh, that's nice.
And the starting weapon is the sword and shield. That is always the default one.
Mm-hmm.
But before we started playing, I showed Cameron every weapon in the game, and I asked him to tell me which one to pick.
Yes.
And he went with the switch axe.
Yes. It looked versatile and interesting.
Which, great choice. I used to play the switch axe a lot when I played the last game. So
yeah, you told me there's a weapon that goes from sword and changes into an axe, and both of them are very large.
Oh, I said sword and shield to an axe. Yeah.
Oh no, you also told me about this one.
Oh yes, you're right.
And I was just like, okay, that just sounds badass. I don't care how big it is. That just sounds awesome.
And like, it's also going to help me out a lot too, because the sword is my favorite part to use of the switch axe. But you start off, like when you first bring it out, it is the axe. But basically how the mechanic of the switch axe is going to go is I'm going to have the axe, and I'm going to basically have it out to build up a meter to use the sword. And when I have the sword out, the meter goes down. And if it goes down all the way, I have to go back to using the axe. So it's kind of this flip-flop thing.
Yeah.
But the sword is really good because you'll find out in the game, on the top left on stuff for my blades, there's a sharpness meter. And it's based on color. And the higher my sharpness, the higher my sharpness, the better I can cut through stronger hides and monsters and everything.
Makes sense.
And the cool thing about the sword is it ignores that. So basically, my sword could be completely dull, and I just ignore it and go right through the monster still.
Nice.
Alright, so I had to talk to my housekeeper. He basically helps me keep up with my downloadable content, and I can go to the training room with him.
Oh, that's nice.
Apparently I can also find pets in this game and put them all around my room. I haven't seen them yet. So, anyways, can I claim any bonuses? I already claimed my bonuses for my first file, but I don't know if it carries over. Oh, it does. Sweet. Sorry, I won't get these real quick.
No, that's fine. But one of the things that I think this game is going to try to do, like, if you know, we were kind of poking fun at the story a bit, I think one of the things it's going to try to do is do the Dark Souls and Bloodborne thing and leave you more lore outside of the characters talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you choose to like look at the weapons, look at the individual monsters, look at the because you said there's a lot to click on in the open.
Yeah, and so you can look up about the different facts of items and why hunters use it and everything, and you can learn more about the monsters by looking at the different body parts you get from them after you kill them and you carve them, and you can sort of explain, okay, how do they defend themselves, what do they normally hunt for, and that sort of thing. So yeah, the big lore is in the monsters, really.
Yeah, so I think they're going to try to go for that route more than the here's what's happening, here's what you need to do, here's what you have to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to feed it to you on a spoon deal.
Delicious.
Knowledge.
Okay, so we're going to do our first quest. And real quick for people to know who are going to be really watching us play this game is I have to wait for the quest to load real quick. Is pretty much this entire game is played online, but whenever we're recording and playing it, we're going to be doing a private room because honestly, especially since I've played through pretty much all of the first area on my original file, I'm not going to have any trouble beating monsters within a reasonable amount of time.
Okay. Yeah, because you said that further in the game, it might be that we
could call on people.
Yeah, that we could call on people if we really needed to, or if we really wanted to get help with a monster, or to just see what the team aspect is like, which is all fine and dandy. But for now, I'm actually more okay with just flying solo.
Yeah. All right. So basically, our first mission here is we're basically the city. Our HQ is still getting set up. And we can't even think about wanting to observe the Elder Dragon, the molten asshole that came to this island.
Yeah.
Because we have a Jagras problem. And a Jagras is the little yellow lizard that we encountered. Not the big one. The big one's called a Great Jagras.
Okay.
The commission supplies us with a loadout.
I'm glad to see the name creation still top notch.
It's typical for like these monsters that hunt in packs because originally we just had what was called a. By the way, these are supplies you can get. They like when you do certain quests, they'll give you like basic supplies to start out with.
Makes sense.
All right. So, anyways, there used to be a monster called a Jaggy, and it was basically just like a raptor, a little raptor. And the very first big monster you fought was a bigger version of it called the Great Jaggy.
Well, at least they're keeping like the naming conventions the same.
Yeah. All right, so basically...
I know that sounds kind of silly, but to keep that in mind as you go from version to version of the game, keeping the naming conventions the same, I think is a really big plus for continuing players.
Yeah. So here's a big thing that I love about this game, is you saw the bugs are going around highlighting things. The bugs are called scout flies. They're going to help us track down the monsters, and they're also going to help us highlight items that are obtainable. And so basically... they'll let us know, hey, these items are good to harvest. And harvesting in the old games used to be kind of a chore because basically... Wait, let me kill some assholes. But basically, the way harvesting works is that you have to stand in one spot and harvest like 5 or 10 times before... before you harvested everything. And this is just like one button, one press of a button, and you get everything you need. It's really fast, and I think it really helps bring in new players in because there is a bit of a chore of okay, I'm gonna have to do a quest where I have to harvest like 20 mushrooms, and I have to go through one spot, do that, and I may get entered by a monster. Here, it's just grab it and go. I really like it.
Nice. Alright, and here we are actually getting the scales off these guys, which I'm guessing is going to be used for either food or armor.
Armor.
Okay.
Yeah, not food. You'll see.
Yeah, scales are normally used for armor, but I don't really know what is and isn't edible in this world yet, so...
So here's some fun interactions with this game, too. You ready to watch this?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. There we go. That was a flash fly.
And it acted like a flash grenade.
Yep. There's a lot of interaction with that, a lot more than the previous games where we can mess around with this.
Oh, nice. And also, one of the things I'm liking about this bigger weapon is the fact that, you know, you can hit multiple enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with the sword and shield or, like, the bow and stuff like that, but those do seem more like specialized weapons, like if you're going to want to go one-on-one with something.
The sword and shield and, like, the dual blades focus on attacking very fast. And basically, we'll get to the point where we'll have elements on our weapons, and basically, they are like the sword and shield or the dual blades are good if you really want to deal a certain amount of damage with an element type, and you just go really fast, and you're just stacking damage. Basically, that's where it excels at. But no, I really like how you picked this because switch axe is gonna be fun for me. Again, it might be a little bit rusty, but I'm gonna get there, people.
Yeah, but I still, me personally, weapons like this have always fascinated me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet, quest complete, bitches.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So why is Alistair eating a sausage?
I don't know. I think that's like his treat for a job well done.
Probably.
He's like, I only get these when I do a good job.
And it's like the only reason he sticks with us because they're such damn good sausages.
Yeah.
So basically, we just finished a quest. We had to kill 7 of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a cutscene. Our Alistair grew a level. So that'll be good to know.
Nice.
There's a lot of good things with your cat partner in this that just excels anything out of the older games. And I'll rant about that to you later. Because I know you haven't played the other games, so you wouldn't fully understand. But there may be some times where we want to really talk about something. I can kind of explain why this is better versus the previous games.
Yeah.
And there's never been wrong with the previous games, in my opinion. It's like they've always done the same thing and definitely added new monsters and a few mechanics. This is like, it's a breath of fresh air. They're really like this is like one of the first times they've really addressed a lot of issues to make things faster and more attainable to new players and old players. Okay, so yeah, they're happy that we took down the Jagras, and now we gotta see. For some reason, their numbers are increasing. They're probably mating a lot.
See, it's their time too.
New World is animal mating season.
About to say New World or just New Bed.
Yes.
And we are christening the shit out of it.
Oh goodness.
But no, actually, what I was saying is like weapons like this have always fascinated me. Even as a kid, there was a trend for the longest time, in shows like Power Rangers and stuff like that, where a big thing was if you had a sword that could do something else, that's how you knew you were the badass of the group.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my sword is also a blaster, or it's also an axe, or a piece of armor.
And I'm sorry to cut you off like that, but my dog is just really craving attention from you now.
She is just up in my space.
Up in your grill.
Yeah, she is up here, and she will be damned if I ignore her.
Yep. All right, so we just completed a quest.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to go on to our next problem. And I think this is a good time to stop, and we'll continue this next time.
Okay. Till next time, everybody.
Later.